So Jack Ciattarelli, my man, my friend, what's going on?
Two things, Rich. Two things. In 103 days, we are going to make that happen because we are going to win. And the second thing is I will always take your call.
I'm going to hold you to that, Governor. I'm going to hold you to that. You're working very hard, and this week was a big announcement. Your running mate, your lieutenant governor candidate, and this is a big deal because he's a very popular guy. He's a law enforcement guy. So who'd you pick?
We picked James Gannon, the sheriff of Morris County. And this guy's a decorated local law enforcement professional of 40-plus years, one of the most decent people you'll ever meet. And I can't wait to introduce him to the people of New Jersey who are going to fall in love, just as I did 10 years ago. He's a great guy, a great lieutenant governor he's going to be. And listen, Rich, one of the top four issues in this race is public safety. Yep. Nonviolent crime is through the roof in New Jersey, flash mobs on our Jersey shore. We're going to get back to being a law and order state, keeping our community safe. That's what the people want. Jim Gannon is part of that answer.
And Jack, I saw that video years ago when he was on vacation with his family at the airport in Orlando, and he helped law enforcement tackle a guy who was out of control and out of his mind. So even when he was on vacation, he was still working for law and order.
Rich, he's been a superhero so many times, solving numerous murder cases and the like, and yet does it in the most humble of ways. You'd never know it, of how capable and competent this guy is. And hey, listen, heaven forbid something happen to me. I'm also guaranteeing the people of New Jersey, this guy can take over the reins on day one.
Well, you're doing 25 miles a day on the Peloton. I think you're going to be just fine, Jack Ciattarelli. But
I'm not going anywhere, Rich.
No, you're not. And you're rolling up your sleeves and you're working hard. And a metaphor for that is your pizza making ability. I've been watching your social media at Jack4NJ, and you've been going into pizzerias and making pies, and rolling up your sleeves and tossing the pies and making the pie. And I got to say, as a guy who makes pizza in my backyard, your technique is pretty good, my friend.
Well, it better be with that vowel at the end of my name. But listen, you want to get to know New Jerseyans, hang out in pizzerias, coffee shops, and diners. Every time my pollster says time for another poll, I say, yeah, you go do your poll. I'm going to a diner or pizzeria. People tell you straight up how you're doing, and I'll tell you, everywhere I go, Rich, people telling us they're ready for change.
The electricity rates, the graph that our mutual friend Matt Rooney posted today showing the spike in electricity rates. And I read today, again, the rates are about to go up again because New Jersey has to buy more energy out of state. This is as real as it gets, Jack. Everywhere I go, people are talking about their energy bills. Everywhere I go. And I had somebody the other day at my son's soccer clinic, and he said to me, he goes, we're not even running our AC that much right now, and our rates are still the roof. I don't understand what's going on.
In 2018, Rich, New Jersey was an electricity exporter. Today, we're an importer. We got to go to these exchanges and pay through the nose for it because Phil Murphy's failed us, the Trenton Democrats have failed us, and my opponent, Mikie Sherrill, failed us. She supports Phil Murphy's energy policies. Wind is never going to meet our energy demand. We need to burn natural gas. We need to expand our nuclear footprint. I will do both. But here's the most insulting part. My opponent is blaming the White House for the electric bills in New Jersey. So I remind people, if you get up in the morning, you go downtown and the traffic light isn't working, get ready for her to blame the White House.
Your opponent is nuts, Jack. I'm sorry, but Mikie Sherrill's nuts. The fact that she's back in this lunatic in New York, Mandami, who wants to have government-run grocery stores, and you know, I mean, his let's say no more say globalize the Intifada. Like, give me a freaking break. I mean, this guy is nuts. And my grandma, an Italian, and my grandfather, who came from Caivano, Italy, used to say, you judge a person by the character of the company they keep. And if she's willing to endorse this guy and back this guy, that means she's nuts too, Jack.
It's a disqualifier, Rich. And listen, I got to hand it to her primary opponent, who is also a Democratic congressman from North Jersey, Josh Gottheimer. He's been beating the hell out of Mandami because he knows the guy's a quack and should never even be a candidate, let alone a mayor of New York City. So, again, it's a disqualifier. But listen, she's the same person who voted yes twice to allow biological males to play in female sports. Yep. This is a mother of two daughters. This is somebody who voted no on the Lake and Riley Act. Now, you're here illegally. You broke the law once. And while you're here, you committed a crime. You broke the law twice. We're not supposed to incarcerate you. She voted no on that bill.
That's, I mean, again, disqualifier right there, no doubt about it. Jack Ciattarelli's with us, the next governor of New Jersey. It's great to have him on the show. He's working hard every single day, traveling the state, not taking a second of this campaign off. Jack, I think another thing, too, that everybody is discussing right now, you mentioned it, the transgender issue. I saw a poll recently, about 70% are on the side of common sense on this issue. I think it's even higher than that. I think it's more like 90%. Another issue where parents are talking about this: schools, education, and this notion that parents should have a say in their kids' education. It's everything right now. As a parent of 3 kids, 10, 8, and 5, it's the number one issue besides electricity rates that I keep hearing about.
Hey, like electricity rates, like law, public safety, public education is, again, one of the big issues this year. As governor, I'll get it on track on day one. I'm calling for the resignation of all those that sit on the State Board of Education that have made all those changes to the public school curriculum that is not in the best interest of our kids. There's subject matter that belongs at home, at the kitchen table, between parents and their children, not in school. And on day one, my attorney general gets rid of policy 5756. School districts will no longer be keeping secrets from parents, Rich. It's immoral, it's indecent, it's wrong, and I believe it's dangerous.
It is dangerous. It is. And it's just absolutely wrong to keep parents out of the process, Jack. No question about it. I do have one question for you, though. I heard you with my friend and colleague, Dom Giordano, and you talked about pizza and you put anchovies and no cheese. And I get that our people say no cheese with fish. I get that, but still, I mean, I feel like that's a bridge too far. Something. Yeah.
I'm going to answer your question with a question. Have you ever tried an anchovy pie, no cheese?
I have not. And I love anchovies, but I like cheese too. So, you know.
Can you do me a favor? Give it a try. But, Rich, as you know, when people do something that Italians don't accept, like putting cheese on fish, we call them Americans.
That's right. Yes. American. I agree. I know. American. I know. And I got yelled at in Italy because my parents asked for grated cheese to put on linguine vongole, and the woman said to them, Americans, no cheese and no cheese. So I guess you're technically right. I mean, you know, but.
Hey, listen, I was with somebody in Italy who ordered the linguine white clam sauce, and it came to the table, and they put cheese on top of it. The waiter came over, took it away, and brought another one out and said, don't do that again.
I almost took away their visa. Would have let him stay. Jack, your work, you mentioned the summer, you mentioned the boardwalk, you mentioned what's happening at the Jersey Shore. I don't think a lot of people are aware of it, but I mean, the weekends at the Jersey Shore in some spots, luckily it's been, I mean, for us down here, but luckily, you know, it's been mostly North Jersey. But I mean, crazy fights, crazy crowds, out of control. And again, it's just become a culture of lawlessness under Governor Murphy and the Democrats.
And much of it is done by minors because there's no consequence, Rich. So here's the deal under Governor Ciattarelli. If you're a 16 or 17-year-old, you engage in things like flash mobs anywhere in New Jersey, let alone our Jersey Shore and the boardwalk, we're going to charge you as an adult. And if you go another year without the fence, we'll give you a clean record so you can go into life clean. But if you're under 16 years of age, we're going to fine the parents. There's got to be a consequence. Right now, there's no consequence. And that's why we end up with this kind of chaos.
Yeah, it's chaos. And the other issue is the commuter tax in New York City, because there are people that have to commute for work. I was talking to a guy the other day at the pool. He drives into New York for work 3 days a week. Poor guy from South Jersey. And I mean, it's killing him. And you know, again, this is Murphy talks a lot, does nothing about it. You're an Italian. You're not going to let this go. I mean, you're not going to let New York bully us around like this, are you, Jack Ciattarelli?
We are not going to let this go. There's 400,000 New Jerseyans that go into Manhattan. The nexus of their job is Manhattan. They're a $2 billion windfall to New York in terms of taxes. How dare they try to fix their subway system on the backs of New Jerseyans? And so if they go ahead with that plan, here's the deal. Any New York plate that comes through the tunnels or over the bridge in the morning into New Jersey, I'm going to hit them with our own congestion pricing fee, and I'll fix New Jersey Transit.
That's the Jersey way.
That's the Jersey way. We got to retaliate. Come on, we're not going to be pushed around.
Hell no, absolutely not. No way. No way. Your coattails, my man, and we've talked about this a lot, you know, during the primary, when you were on my show and the president backed you. And one of the reasons why, of course, was your coattails. And we got the assembly, and we have a real chance now to take control of the legislature because you got some really good candidates up and down the ballot. And here's the key. Two things, Jack, as you know. Number one, that Fugazi-Rutgers poll, and for people that are Metagons, Fugazi means fake. That Fugazi-Rutgers poll, ridiculous, just like that stupid Monmouth poll that came out before the election in 2021, just an absolute joke, a disgrazia. Number two, though, of course, is the poll that came out by that PAC that wants to see you as governor. It shows that New Jerseyans want change. In every single area, they say the state's on the wrong track. It's too expensive. It's on the wrong track. They want change. This is a change election. You're the change candidate. And with that change comes not only the governor's office, but also potentially the state assembly, which then gives Republicans amazing control in Trenton, something we have not had in decades. This is the year of change.
Rich, that poll that came out of the Eagleton Institute at Rutgers the day after the primary that had me down, according to them, 21 points. Last time against Phil Murphy had me down 41 points. It's the same polling institute that said Kamala Harris was going to win New Jersey by 20 plus. We know how that went last November. So there's been three other polls that have this thing as a dead heat, which is right where we'd expect it to be. But here's all you need to know. The Democratic Governors Association has made a statement that they're going to pour millions into here to try to get Mikie Sherrill elected. Why? Why would they do that if she had a 21-point lead? She doesn't have a 21-point lead. And by the way, she's never even cited that poll because she knows how bad it is. So we're right where we need to be, and I'm all in on producing a Republican majority. I flipped 8 seats back at 21 with the wind in my face. I got some serious wind at my back this time around. We can flip at least 13 seats and get something we haven't had in 25 years, a Republican majority in our state legislature.
No, it's true. I mean, you got the momentum. I can feel it. And it's just little anecdotal things. I mean, people know who you are. And I think having run statewide once before is such an asset because we know that that's helped people in the past who've run statewide once before and then they won the second time around. And number two, nobody knows who Mikie Sherrill is, but when they find out who she is, when they learn about her and her record and the fact that she's a Democrat in Congress and that she enriched herself and made millions and millions of dollars while being a member of Congress, they hear all these things and they go, my God, this sounds like a nightmare. And already in a change election year mindset where they want change, Jack. So yeah, the wind is definitely on our side this time. No doubt.
And, Rich, shame on her. I mean, just be serving on the House Intelligence Committee and then be trading defense stocks?
Yeah.
I mean,
ridiculous.
Is she not worried about the perception of that? What a degree of arrogance. But she was found guilty of violating federal law on stock trades and stock reporting for Congress people. It's another disqualifier. People cannot stand it when elected officials use their position to enrich themselves.
Now, I don't want my parents to stay in New Jersey, but a lot of people do want their parents to stay in New Jersey. I'm just kidding if my mother's listening. How do we make it so that people can stay and not have to leave when they retire, Jack? What does Governor Ciattarelli do for them?
Well, the first thing we do is what Pennsylvania does, make all retirement income tax-free. We shouldn't be taxing retirement income. The only thing we need to do is freeze property taxes for life once you hit age 70, so people don't have to deal with the insecurity of wondering whether or not they could stay in their homes. And those are two things right off the bat that are both fiscally responsible and would have huge impact with our senior citizen community, and tell them very loudly and clearly, I want you to stay.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a big deal. I mean, that would absolutely keep people in the state in an amazing way. Jack, before I let you go, there's a lot of government in New Jersey, as we all know, authorities, and I mean, there's so much government, there's so much waste, and the budget that Murphy and the Democrats in Trenton just passed is the most expensive budget ever in New Jersey history. How do we rein all this in? How does Governor Ciattarelli rein all this in?
By electing a CPA. And that's exactly what I am. And I'll roll my sleeves up. We are going to downsize and be very responsible about downsizing a bloated state government. I'll reduce its size and cost to afford a tax cut for individuals and, most importantly, just as importantly, rather, for businesses as well, so we can compete with states like Pennsylvania. But without a doubt, Rich, it's bloated. I'll give you one example. There's one aspect of state government that serves no value, and that's the 21 county superintendents. Okay, our Board of Education flies solo. There really is no value brought to the table. And I'm not disrespecting the people that work in those offices, but it's just one example. Talk to anybody at ground zero in our 600 Board of Educations across the state. The county superintendents bring no value to the table whatsoever, none. So those are places that we can cut and downsize our state government very responsibly.
So you got a sheriff who's a running mate. Law and order is going to be a priority. But I got to tell you, and I love you, Jack, and I've known you a long time, and you and I consider you a friend. You know, we've gone to games together. We've hung out. I've done events for you. I'm doing more events for you coming up this fall. But it is sauce. It's not gravy. It's only gravy when you put meat in it. Come on, Jack.
In our house, it was only sauce when it was fish. So we make a fish sauce. Otherwise, it's a gravy, Rich. Come on, don't let me down. Don't make me call you to Mayana here. You're not a minigun.
Oh, man. This is to be continued, all right? Jack Ciattarelli, follow him at Jack4NJ. We got the momentum. Sign up your friends. Get them interested in this race. Get them to volunteer, and let's do this. Jack, we'll be talking again soon, my friend. Keep up the fight.
Great. Thank you, Rich. And one last thought, it's macaroni, not pasta. See you next time.
I love how you said one last sauce. It's like, what's on Ciattarelli's brain right now as he's working the state and doing his 25 miles on his Peloton? All right, Governor, thank you.
All right, man. Looking forward to next time.
Sounds good.